I find this to be extremely interesting, and it's extremely interesting for Microsoft and Xbox fans because if you thought Microsoft often does stuff to put their foot in their mouth, I feel like this is kind of showcasing why perhaps maybe that's not always the case, and the grass isn't always greener on the other side. Now, does this mean that suddenly Microsoft's going to start selling, more games and, they're going to have exclusives? No, it doesn't mean that at all. But what it does mean is that, no company is perfect, and we kind of start to see some little cracks in the armor of PlayStation as well. And you know what? With Microsoft having such a incredible lineup of content in the pipeline, I really do feel like they've set themselves up to at least possibly win some people over. Now, there's always going to be, a group of people that will refuse to, give Xbox a time of day or whatever it is, and I completely get that, right? Maybe you like what Sony's offering, but let me say this much. Sony's not going to be offering much for a large number of years, and maybe you're a person that wants to try and see what Xbox has, since Xbox has all these games, and there's no guarantee that all these Xbox exclusives go to PlayStation anyway. So, again, this could just be a very, very tense situation, a very interesting situation. I want to get into it. Hey, I'm Crap Gamer. This is Crap Gamer Reviews. Thanks for watching my videos. Please hit the like button, share it out if you haven't already done so. I would definitely appreciate that. Again, it's one of those things that I certainly, it helps the channel grow. I know people don't understand that, but, again, it really does help the channel grow, and I'm just extremely excited to see that happen. So, I do daily gaming content. I try to be fun yet informative. So, yeah, thank you guys. Now, with that being said, what are we talking about here? Well, so we know Sony had been going on kind of a bender of such with what's happening with their live service games. They took a big bet on 12, 13, 14 of them, whatever it is. Now an MMORPG based on the Horizon Zero Dawn series has been canceled as well. So they're canceling almost everything. According to this, publisher NCSoft has canceled projects being worked on at 3 studios. Although the story doesn't give any information on the projects itself, it's been reported for some time that Project H was the code name for the MMORPG based on Sony's Horizon franchise. Now, according to the report, it seems like Project H has ceased development, with developers previously tied to the project leaving NCSoft. It's reported that the developers who didn't leave following the cancellation have been moved to different projects across the company. The company signed a strategic global business partnership with Sony Interactive Entertainment in 2023, following reports that Sony and NCSoft had struck a deal to create a MMORPG based on the franchise. Partnering with NCSoft advances our strategy to expand beyond console and broaden PlayStation's reach to a wider audience, according to then boss Jim Ryan. Like Sony Interactive Entertainment, NCSoft shares a similar vision in creating high-quality, impactful entertainment experiences for players everywhere, and together we're excited to collaborate to push the boundaries of gaming further. It's believed that the project may have been a victim of layoffs that took place in the company in October, according to this anyway. Images of Project H, or Skyline as referred to internally, appeared online last year. It is being, and this is absolutely a separate project from the multiplayer Horizon title that's being developed internally at Sony. Guerrilla Games announced in December of 2022 that it was working on an online game set in the Horizon universe, featuring a new cast of characters and a unique stylized look. It was claimed that Sony had canceled 2 live service games that were in development, including a multiplayer God of War title, and another live service title from Days Gone developers. So, there's a lot of stuff going on with this right now, and it comes at a very bad time for Sony, because you look on the other side and you have Microsoft doing a developer direct very shortly. You also have a situation where Microsoft has a huge stream of exclusive games coming out, or at least games that are launching first party wise day one on Game Pass. Like, they have Avowed, of course. They also have Hideo Kojima's OD that's going to be launching beyond the year. They have Fable supposedly set for this year. Perfect Dark could be out this year or next year. I'm thinking next year. Everwild, even though we haven't heard from that in a while. Elder Scrolls 6, that's probably a few years away, but still. Clockwork Revolution could be next year. You have Contraband, which we'll probably hear more about this year. State of Decay supposedly got internally delayed till next year, but that looks like it could be good. Project Mara from Ninja Theory, we could be hearing anything from that. Gears of War E-Day, rumors suggest maybe even this year it could launch, so we'll see if that happens or not. South of Midnight is coming out this year. Ark Survival Evolved 2, although that's probably a very much a time type thing. Stuff like 33 Immortals and Wu Chang Fallen Feathers. There's a lot of stuff on the Xbox side to get excited about. I think that it really just kind of comes down to, what fans' expectations are and if Microsoft can deliver on the quality, because that's where, you have to really go out there and make sure that, gamers are, satisfied with what's being offered. And, I feel like Microsoft hasn't done a very good job of that, in the past. But maybe they can do something that's going to drive engagement more current. So again, like I said, I don't look at this as like the death knell for Xbox or anything like that. I do think that Microsoft has, a lot going for it. They have a lot of things that people get excited for, but at the same time, it doesn't really do any good to be excited for things if if the quality isn't there. So that's the hope for the future, is that, hey, you got to have the quality to be there for the fans around the world, and that's just how it's got to be. You've got to really kind of nail that aesthetic or whatever, and are they going to be able to do that? I think that's going to be a very big question going forward, and we'll have to see if that actually works out or not. Like I said, I think Microsoft has some things that can do extremely well for them, but is that going to be the case? I think that's where we kind of have a little bit of the situation with the mix-up. I hope that they can actually go out there and do something that's amazing, but again, that's really on them, but they have all the advantages right now because Sony can't get out of their own way. They really have to understand how this stuff kind of works, and it's just one of those things where you have to have like the expectations there, and you have to deliver on those. So that's hopefully what we're going to see in the future. I'm very curious to hear how everybody feels about this, though. It's like Sony really shot themselves in the foot with all these live service games, and again, it's like, will they ever really recover from that? I feel like that is like a huge question going forward. Are they going to be able to kind of get out of their own way? Is it something that that you can see people kind of going, oh man, they really kind of delivered here. They did this or that. I think that's probably where we're at with all of this right now. And I would love to see something special from Microsoft in general. Be able to kind of get back on people's good side. That would be the hope anyway. So I just think that they have an opportunity to really kind of change people's minds by putting out quality titles, and and like I said, Game Pass is a good deal. It just comes down to whether or not it's something that people can really get into. It's like, and I understand because I like to own my games too, but at the end of the day, it's like, are you okay with you can still own your games, but you can also go through this service, and I feel like that would be a very much a fine thing to do as well. Like I do both, and that's just how I am. I kind of look at things I think a little bit different way than some people do, but yeah, I do feel like it's important to kind of get the games the way you want to. Like that's an extremely cool thing to kind of have, and a cool cool little bonus, I think, and a cool option to have as well. So I would love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions on this, though. Sony is really dropping the ball. Microsoft could pick it up and score with it easily, but do you think they will? Let me know. Rack them up, fact them up, Crap Gamer them up. I'll catch you next time. Crap Gamer, out.